Welcome to the Unqualified Disciple, a podcast about following Jesus even when you feel unready, unworthy, and unqualified. This is a real journey from the world into Christ, sharing faith, struggles, growth, and transformation. Let's walk this road together. In the name of Jesus, let's get into it. In God's purpose for my life, which is very difficult to do. And I tell you what, ever since I gave my life to God and been walking with Jesus Christ and just chose to do all of it with Him, every decision that I make, every thought that I think, everything that I do has been surrounding Him and His call for me. And I tell you that it's been very, very rewarding, but also at the same time scary in the way that the enemy pushes you to no limits and in the way that sometimes you question what God has called you and your purpose in doing that, because the enemy knows how to confuse you, convince you, especially when you're a baby Christian. So this diary is sharing my feelings of feeling unqualified, but know that I was still called regardless of my qualifications to do the job or not. I know that the purpose still needs to get done and I'm still chosen regardless of my feelings. And the more that I ignore it, God will just move on from me and find someone else to do the job. But then at that point, when judgment comes, what is God going to say about me and the choices I made? What is he going to tell me? Charity, you messed up. Charity, you didn't. And I don't think he would. I think I would do that to myself. I think that I would ask those questions to myself. Why didn't I do the things that you asked me to do? What was I thinking? Did I let the enemy intimidate me? Probably. But I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be sitting in front of God and saying, I found you, I chose you, I made you. Not only did I find you, I created you, I made you. I knew this purpose was for you. Although I gave you the ability to choose to want to do something or not do something, I empowered you to do those things. And you chose the enemy to persuade you, right? Because it's all us choosing those paths that we take for our lives. And although we choose the path and we walk the path, right, we're easily persuaded or swayed into doing something we don't want to do, not even knowing. And I've been in that place so many times where I've been swayed to do something. And the enemy has such a swift way to deviating you into doing something else that you waste so much time in doing that something else and you got no value out of doing the thing that you were not meant to do, that was not your purpose, that it almost feels so much more disgusting and so much more difficult to sit with that reality that you didn't move in the way that God asked you to move, that you didn't take action when you realize that the enemy pushed you in the wrong direction. And although it took you 5 years, 2 years, 3 years to realize that the enemy was pursuing you in a different direction, then you start thinking about, wow, I wasted 2 years doing that thing that I wasn't supposed to be doing. And the enemy persuaded me to do that. And I'm still thinking, wasting time on the thing I wasn't supposed to be even doing. Now I'm wasting time on why I did it. And so you got to think deeper and dig deeper in the sense, and this is the things I tell myself, while you're wasting all this time thinking about, wow, God chose me to do this, I'm doing this thing. Although I see no fruit right now in doing that thing, I need to still continue to move in that direction by faith, knowing that the Lord called me up and said, Charity, I chose you to do this because I see value in you doing this, because I see so many people listening to your voice and doing this podcast. And although I know that there's so many fears that are deep inside of you, just give them to me and put them aside. Give them to me and let me take care of the fears while you can just focus on the purpose that I gave you to do. And I'll take care of those fears on the side for you. Let me do this for you. And guys, let me tell you, right now I'm in my prayer closet and I'm sharing my deepest, darkest, and these are the things I think about. And while I'm going through so many trials and tribulations in my mind, in my life, with my family, my spouse going through cancer, one income household, as of lately has always been two, and making the decisions that I made, beating myself up about why I made those choices because I needed to be here for my children. And then now being in the situation that I'm in, and then feeling desperate, feeling that I need to revert back to where I was, that the Lord took me out of for a purpose and reason because I was lost in that journey. I seem to fight, and the enemy takes advantage. And so God said, no, this is your gift. And I know that you feel that it is crazy to think that this is the gift I gave you, that you don't even see yourself doing something like this. That is the whole purpose. You don't see yourself doing this. You don't see yourself that you're qualified, but I do. I see all these things for you. Trust me and walk with me. Don't tell me you don't feel like that, because I know you do. I know that you feel like that because I feel like that all the time. And I almost fight with myself all the time about it. And I say, God, like, really, sometimes I don't even know how to talk. Like, I'm talking into a camera and I'm just like, but then I feel like I'm talking to one person, the one person that feels like me, the one person that I can't, I c- can only understand how I feel. And then that feeling of stuck, right? That feeling of stuck. If you know, if that's you, you know what I mean. You feel stuck. How do you get out of stuck, right? Well, God would come and say, "Well, yeah, I got a solution for you. Call on me. Call me. And if you can't say anything at all, praise me. And if you can't even praise me, be in my presence. Be in my presence in spirit. If I'm not speaking it, I'm sitting in his presence. I'm being in the moment that he wants me to be in here right now. And I'm moving emotions and I'm going through the motions as I'm going through them. My spouse being sick, us having plans that we made for our family but never came to fruition. How do you get out of being in that moment? That you might have made many mistakes and you should have made different decisions, but you chose to go the selfish route. And you find yourself even more angry at yourself because you made those decisions to go that way. How do you get out of there? Right? How do you get out of stuck? Well, I tell you how you get out of stuck. Call on me, says the Holy Spirit. Call on me. Tell me. Give it to me and keep moving in your purpose. When you're angry, when you're mad, when you're sad, give it to me and keep moving in your purpose. And that's a daily fight, but also a daily promise to him, to myself, to my children, that I wouldn't scream at them for no reason, that I let my angers out to them because I was mad about that thing that I made that choice for that I should never did. And you get angry. And I get angry oftentimes. And then I get angry because I got angry. And don't tell me that's not you because I know that's you too. So although this is a diary and I'm sharing it with you, because I know that there's someone out there that feels like me, but it feels almost more comfortable to share it with a complete stranger that identifies with me, then the person that I know that I speak to every day may not want to share that with me because I know you. You may refrain from telling me how you feel. You may not want to share that because you want to make sure that the image of you stays intact. But the great thing about you that I'm talking to in my diary, I know you feel like I do. And it's some comfort in that and feeling unqualified every day and knowing that I was still chosen. He still chose me. Regardless of how I felt, I was still chosen to do that thing. So he thinks better of me than I think of myself. He thinks I can do more than what I think I can do. So why wouldn't I do it even when I feel in the place and space of being unqualified? I still want to make him proud because he believes more of me than I believe for myself. And I know that's you too. So if you get this podcast and you sit with me in this moment of feeling unqualified but still called. Know that there is purpose for you in God and what you were called to do. And listen, I was called to do a podcast, right? He clearly and plainly said to me, my child, through this podcast, you will bring more to me. You would bring more of my children to me. And that is my goal. It's not about me. And that is something that people and even myself needs to understand. It's not about me. When I understand that and I move in that way and I bring more awareness about him to all who hear me and the way that he gives me and makes me feel empowered in that, is so much more important than what I'm going through right now. Because rest assured, I've been going through this in and out for a couple of months now, and I'm making it. I'm making it through the days. I'm surviving through my struggles. I'm healing through it. He's guiding me through it. The enemy is trying to cheat me and scare me out of doing what I'm supposed to do. But know this, you can't scare me anymore than where I've already been. So the only way out of this circumstance and situation is the way that he's called me in my purpose. He will provide. He will take care of all the things I need to take care of. He knows my fears. He knows the things that I worry about. He'll fix them. But the only thing that needs to be taken care of is today. And in my purpose is that everybody else is all right. So do as I'm told, which was create the podcast, share your diary of feeling unqualified but still chosen and still called. Because through the moments of feeling unqualified, you still make me feel qualified. Because there's so many of you out there that also feel like I do right now, unqualified, asking questions as to why you chose me. Are you sure that this is my purpose? Of course he's sure. He is the I am. He's God. I am your father. I made you. I know what your purpose is. I know what I made you for, and I know what you're capable of. So I'm here and I'm doing that because I'm trusting in that word that he left for us in the Bible. I'm moving in purpose by my choice, but by his choice that he chose for me. We're all qualified. It's a matter of the balls to move forward and doing that thing that we're so scared to do. But just know that when that fear creeps in, know that that is not your father. Know that when you doubt that that's not your father. Know that when you feel the fear of God in you, hopefully it's a good fear, not a bad fear. But if it's the fear of negativity, know that that's not your father. But know when you do something in fear and you push through anyway, know that that's your father and that he's walking and guiding you through this purpose that he called for you, and that it will come to fruition if you just trust in the process of your purpose. So here I am being completely vulnerable in this moment in my pajamas, no makeup. My hair probably looks crazy, all the things. Taking this moment that my husband went out, feeling tired and weak, for me to cook a meal, but for him to still be in spirit present while feeling broken. We were put here to guide our children to God, but also to navigate through hard times and still that life goes on and you still have to do the things that we're put here to do, regardless of feeling pain, feeling tired, having cancer over your head and not knowing if tomorrow is promised. But he still goes out and he still moves his body after 2 surgeries and go coaches his kids. And this is my diary of moving in purpose. This is our secret. He doesn't even know I'm sharing this, but I'm sharing this with you guys. Just know that if God gave you a purpose, move in that purpose because it's going to lead you to victory, however scary it sounds and it looks. Podcasting may be my thing, but there might be another purpose for you. However scared you are, don't let fear press you down and hold you down because you think that's an impossible reach. Maybe nobody will listen to it, but at least I did what I was told to do, which I highly doubt. I don't think so. God wouldn't lead me in the way that I'm not supposed to do something. I know I'm supposed to do something. And this is my purpose. So I'm sharing it with you in my diary of feeling unqualified, but still chosen. And if this podcast hits your feed some way, somehow, it's because you were also called and you also have a purpose. So move. Don't be afraid. He's telling you to move. Move in your God-given purpose. You might be surprised what you'll find on the other side. No matter what's going on around you and your surroundings that seem kind of like, oh, there's so much going on. Like, I don't even know if I could do this. That's the enemy stopping you and getting you unfocused. And I'm telling you what I'm telling myself. That's the enemy with a lot of noise to make you go like this and say, no, 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 I can't, I can't, I can't. But in your prayer closet, in your quiet moments, you find these moments to sit down with yourself in this beautiful sunset and know that you were meant for more. So move in that purpose because what's on the other side is more than you ever thought for yourself. He planned this for you. And I told you my part of so many things that are going on in my life right now. I'm moving by faith, not by sight. There's nothing to see right now that is exciting. Not in my life. There's nothing exciting moving around that you would think, oh, this is exciting. No, by any means, there's nothing exciting here. Just a phone and a mic, and you and me. That's it. You and me. If you're listening to this, this is for you. We're all unqualified. Few are chosen. And when you're chosen, move in that purpose because he knows you're going to move. So stop pulling yourself back. And let me tell you, this took a whole year in the making for me to gather the balls to sit here and share with you my truth. A whole year. Here I am sharing this with you, a person that by far doesn't understand electronics and understood that all I needed was a phone, a computer, and my earbuds for now. But we're moving, right? And we're here. And I'm sharing my diary with you. The scary parts that nobody wants to share, that nobody wants nobody to know, because what would they think? Everybody will move on. But if the person that didn't move on and remembered this conversation that I had with a phone and a podcast that was made for the unqualified, but still chosen and called for a purpose, then that was made for you. So I won already. I did my job. I did what I was supposed to do, which was call your attention, call you into your purpose. That was what I was meant to do. Whatever that's going on, the noise that's going on behind me doesn't matter. God is moving me. But in this craziness, I'm telling you the same thing. In my secret place, I'm telling you that you have a purpose. So move in it. That's all I gotta say. So, till next episode, guys. I hope you tune in. And if you don't, I hope that this touched you and that you found your purpose or that the Lord gave you your purpose, but you needed some courage to move. Move in that purpose. Because behind that door, although tomorrow may not seem like it's going all well and it may not work, keep moving. It doesn't take one day. You got to keep trying. This took a year to just do this moment right here. So imagine how much longer it's going to take to do the rest. It could take a couple of months. It could take a year. It could take 2 years. It could take 2 months. It could take 2 weeks. I don't know. God is that kind of guy. So just move anyway. So next episode, God bless you. Just know he wants a relationship with you and he chose you was for a reason. We're all unqualified, but we're chosen still anyway. I'll keep you in my prayers. God bless you. Keep moving in your purpose. And just don't forget, I love you, but he loves you more. Peace.